Oliver's filling in. Go on, Oliver.
Right.
Good morning, welcome to Brunch with Ignite. It's brunch because, excitingly, we have got rid of the colonial. I'm joined instead by Oliver Smith, my fellow British man. He's going to do a great job, I'm sure, filling in for Chris today. He's also Ignite's legal counsel. You'll know Oliver from the Telegram chat. He's not just a bot, he does exist, he is here.
I'm here.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Damon. And thanks very much for inviting me on the show. It's a pleasure to fill in and to fulfill a lifelong ambition of being on YouTube. You know, it's what I've always wanted aside from a legal career. So it's great to be here. Yeah, as you say, I do exist in real life, not just on Telegram.
So clearly, this now all of a sudden being the most British show on YouTube, we are going to have to discuss such burning issues as scone or scone. How do you change that ignition coil in a 1964 Morris Traveller?
No idea.
Anyway, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep it fairly normal. So first thing we're going to do, we invited you last week to leave us questions on last week's Breakfast with Ignite video. We didn't actually get that many, so I would again encourage you, if you have questions this week, which I've got a sneaky suspicion you might have a few, please leave them in the comments section of the video down there, and we will answer them in next week's video, and obviously during the week in Telegram we might answer some of them in there as well. We did have a couple of questions though. So the first we had was from CryptoDon007. Very British.
Indeed.
See, it's a British
today.
brunch with Ignite today. And he asks, can you try to get listed on an exchange that is user-friendly? Yes, is the short answer to that question. Maybe you should just keep watching this video. The other question we had was from John Doe, who was asking actually, please explore the possibility to negotiate and invest in better rated ICOs through the platform. It could be done in a pool-like structure and would also attract a lot of platform users. This is actually something that if I don't know John, sorry I call you John because that's what your username is, I don't know how much you followed Telegram or followed the Ignite project throughout the crowd sale phase, but pooling and the negotiation of deals with ICOs and token projects is core to what Ignite wants to do. We see the Hive as being a very powerful entity. Hopefully, you know, we're starting small, we know that, but in time we see it being a very powerful entity within the industry. And so we do anticipate negotiating special rates for our members. We will be introducing a pooling function to the Ignite platform in time. The code actually, interestingly, for the pooling smart contracts is nearly finished. And I'm toying with the idea of actually introducing it before the functionality on the platform itself for the cornucopia pool that we spoke about a couple of weeks ago. So there might be some news on that front. But other than that, the only other exciting thing to come out of last week's YouTube video was that Muchacho did not have any questions.
That is a surprise.
We have answered all of Muchacho. No more questions. No, obviously. If any of you guys got any questions at all, please, as I said, leave them in the comments below, and we do reply in the comments as well, but we'll actually address them directly in our video next week. And it's a good time as any to say, while you're there, why don't you hit subscribe, sign up to the Ignite YouTube channel. There's a lot, we're using this now for a lot of announcements, as you will see as this episode of Breakfast with Ignite progresses. So, this is where I generally try and give the guys a bit of an update as to the platform development, how it's running, how the beta program itself is running.
Sure.
I think you can do that.
Yeah, I think this is a good opportunity to, first of all, just introduce the kind of work that I'm doing. Although I go by the name of legal counsel, it's not strictly the work that I actually do. I obviously work on contracts and anything else that comes up legal-wise. But I'd say, or at least it's fair to say, that a lot of my work is operational work. So that involves developing B2B relationships, looking at potential partnerships, also looking at how we can grow our community, where we can take it in the future. And I've spent the last three months really doing that, and also working with the product team, as we all have, in fact. So, I mean, what some of the key things I'm working on at the moment, for example, are building the card solution that we promised in our crowd sale. That's so key because it's a key element that we said that would be available to our community members. And I think we are getting close to doing this. Obviously, nothing is definite and we can't guarantee it because the regulatory environment is constantly changing. However, we do think
we did suffer a setback. We're not going to name names, but providers that we did have lined up for the card solution, unfortunately, can no longer provide that solution. you might know who they are, you might not.
Yeah, exactly. But now I think we're probably a month or two away from finalising that relationship, and I look forward to, in fact, maybe coming on the show again and announcing.
So that's awesome. So that means that as soon as we're in a position to start distributing capital from the index, and then subsequently, when those positions are closed, distributing rewards from the gains, we will already have that option of withdrawing those rewards to the Ignite card.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that'd be awesome.
That's what we're working on. Now, on the product side, a couple of people have been asking on the Telegram chat, where are we going? Are we going to be doing our public launch towards the summer? And in fact, it's already summer here in Gibraltar, and it lasts for a few months. However, we are working hard, and the dev team is working every single day to make updates. Our product manager has reliably informed me that the biggest thing we're working on at the moment is just fixing all of the bugs that have been raised. We're trying to get those out of the way and get the platform working smoothly. There is one other huge phase that we're working on, and that's called the administrative portal that's going to be working in the background. So that is a back-end item, but the great thing about this back-end item is that once we've completed phase 1, we'll then move into phase 2. And it's phase 2 that interests me most from a B2B perspective, because the phase 2 admin portal will actually facilitate or give ability to our Hive members, ourselves here at the Ignite team, and also outside third-party ICOs and cryptos to come in, to submit something for a rating or review, to claim their space. And I think this is so fundamentally key, because at the moment, yes, we have populated the platform with various data. It lists all the cryptos, it lists all the ICOs. But what we really want is for it to be our community to be submitting those assets.
We want
for rating.
Or from the teams themselves. We want that information to be presented to our community from the horse's mouth. And not just a one-time shot of filling in a form and there you go, that's our ICO. We want those guys. We've mentioned before, we're going to for projects that wish to embrace the Ignite ratings ecosystem, we're going to set them up as super users, so that if you are interacting with that project's page, you will be able to identify those users, and you'll be able to know that you're interacting directly with a verified member of the project, etc. So that will be very, very, very cool, because hopefully it'll bring together all the various different communication channels that you guys in the crypto space will probably be familiar with, such as Telegram, such as Twitter. Eventually, everything is going to be centralized. Everything's going to be pulled in to that project's page on the Ignite Ratings platform, and it will be, I hope, might not be soon, but I'm hoping that in the near future, you will have projects using Ignite as their prime source, prime way of communicating with their community. And with the wider Ignite community who might not be familiar with their project.
I mean, it's my hope, and one of the things I'm working on at the moment is talking to these various communities. I mean, I think one of the greatest pleasures I'm having in the crypto world is by joining all of these Telegram chats, all of these new ICOs that are just popping up. I'm enjoying getting into those groups, learning what they're about, how they're promoting themselves, how they're communicating with their members. And in fact, some of you may have seen me on a few of them here and there, but I like to get inside those communities. I like to talk to the people who are involved and get them on board. And I'm going to the stage now where I have at least 4 or 5 ICOs and cryptos who are interested in fact, coming onto a Breakfast with Ignite, introducing themselves, putting themselves forward for rating and review by the Ignite community. And also claiming their space. I think that's the start, and of course we're going to have to test that on the platform. We're going to have to have the first few.
Well, this is it. I mean, until now we've been focused on user testing, obviously from an Ignite Hive member point of view. But obviously, if we're expecting ICOs or crypto projects to claim their space and become a super user member of the Ignite platform, then we need to test that side of it as well. So it's good that we've got those guys lined up, and also this is great from a marketing perspective as well. We get asked marketing questions all the time, and we've often spoken about viral organic marketing. This is one of the ways in which the Ignite community will grow very, very quickly, I believe, because with projects joining the Ignite platform, claiming their space, they will be encouraging their existing communities on Telegram, on Reddit, on Facebook, wherever they might be, to come and join the Ignite platform, to support their project, to actually educate the Hive, educate the other Ignite community members who might not know about their project as to how good that project is. I really do believe that once we get through this phase 1, phase 2, and we get these features live, we will start, and importantly, the platform opened up to the public at large, albeit still in a beta mode, we will, I think, start to see a a snowball effect. We'll start to see the community grow. I think actually it'll have obviously have a knock-on effect with, hopefully, for you guys, with Ignite X and its trading volume. Because people will be buying into the Ignite project in order to support, well, you have projects buying in to join the platform, and you'll have hopefully some of their supporters buying in to actually contribute to the platform as well.
Well, exactly. I mean, the whole utility of the token is being able to interact with the platform, and we would expect new members to obviously hold the Ignite tokens, but also other ICOs and cryptos to hold those tokens in order to interact with the platform.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it will be a domino effect or a snowball effect in that we're going to see huge growth as soon as we can open it up. And although I'm under strict instructions from our product manager to mention no dates whatsoever, and that's fair enough, I think, we're not talking about a long time in the future. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job you're not Chris, because if you were Chris, he'd be telling everybody all the secrets right now.
Yeah, well, legal counsel's got to have
some discretion.
Yeah, some discretion.
Okay, brilliant. Was there anything else on the product update?
I've been told that there's a couple of standout projects that will happen in the next couple of months. Users are going to have the ability to share their knowledge and review other ratings and to support their opinions on their own reviews. We're also going to be introducing asset ratings driven by ratings of other users.
Okay.
And we're going to have improved navigation on both assets by adding better sort options for them. So,
So we're moving, hopefully we're getting the bugs ironed out, moving away from bugs towards features, which is good because you guys have been putting in feature requests. It's great because every single one we've seen so far we know is coming, which means we're developing this thing in exactly the way you guys want to see it. So bear with us, we're in that phase now. So the next 4 to 8 weeks are going to be really interesting in terms of rolling out new features, etc. Okay, that's awesome. So just one quick thing, platform related item of business, the Cornucopia airdrop, the Horn airdrop.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget, we have now, don't think in last week's video we actually mentioned the date, primarily because it hadn't been decided upon. We're going to take a snapshot on the 15th of June of of everyone's Ignite holdings, the Ignite wallets. We're going to take a snapshot, and the Horn airdrop will occur at some point, probably about 5 days thereafter, based on that snapshot. So you still have time to participate. We've said that the minimum Ignite holding is 100 Ignite. So obviously, if you don't quite have that, but you fancy receiving the Horn airdrop, then please purchase some Ignite X via idex.market or ddex.io and convert back to Ignite using the instructions on the website. They're quite simple. It's not as simple as it's going to be in the future. For now, it's a little bit clunky, but it is. If you follow the instructions, it is easy to do. Our community on Telegram will support you if you have any problems with that, etc.
Yeah, and I think just a call to arms that anybody who does want the Horn airdrop and purchases more Ignite or already has the Ignite, make sure you join the Cornucopia Telegram chat as well. We need to build that community.
Yeah, absolutely. Beta testing obviously is still ongoing. You can sign up to be a beta tester as always. There's going to be a link below. It still says on that form, by the way, that the minimum requirement is 250 Ignite. Truth be known, this week I've been a bit naughty and I've let people slide under that. So if you don't have that, don't worry, please apply anyway. The chances are at some point in the next week or two, as we're very keen to start pushing this out to as many people as possible, you will be accepted for that, for the beta testing program. You receive an email and instructions on how to join. Right, so with all of that out of the way, let's move on to a news item. So the news item is that on 18th of June, Ignite X will be joining Cryptos.
Would that be an exchange, Damon?
I believe it's an exchange, Oliver.
A centralised exchange.
It is a centralised exchange, last time I checked.
Yeah.
So for guys that don't know, Cryptos is a crypto-only exchange that is powered by Coin. Now, Coin are a very progressive exchange out of Asia. They're actually licensed by the Japanese financial authorities. They've got offices all around Asia. They are a company that I've personally been keeping a close eye on over the last couple of years because I've actually been very impressed with their growth, very impressed with some of the very forward-thinking things that they're trying to do in the industry. Yeah, and actually, personally, it's one of my favourite exchanges as well. I do use it.
So, it's hot off the press, really. And
it's very hot off the press. Well, you've literally just given me the contract to sign as we sat down.
Yeah, so exactly. And I think what's great is that we've got the listing date of June the 18th. that gives us, what, 10 days, is it? Around about 10 days to build the hype, to get the marketing content out there. We're going to be formulating some great promotions with them, we hope. And of course, as this is our first centralized exchange, we want to see as many of our Hive members migrating over to that platform and showing the wider crypto community how well IgniteX can actually perform on the markets.
Yes, that's good. So that's a good point. So what can people expect to see over the next couple of weeks as we're building up for that listing? You will see some of Coin's marketing and customer service team join our Telegram chat. They'll be there to answer your questions. There'll also be links provided to Coin's own help center, which is on their website, which is online. Very useful for any questions. There's FAQs on there. There's guides on there. As Oliver says, we'll be putting out some more information about the partnership because we do hope actually it's going to be more than a listing. There's a couple of things.
More than a listing. I like that phrase. Yeah.
We hope. There's a couple of things that we can't go into detail now, but we actually hope that there are some opportunities for the two of us to be more strategically linked in the future. Yeah,
and I'm hoping that they will come on Breakfast with Ignite hopefully next week, but we've got to ask them, confirm that with them, but it'd be great to have a representative come on the show. This is an invite, by the way. It'd be great to have you on the show.
I have asked. I've asked the question. We will see. So that's what will be happening. So you'll see various things happening in the lead up to that over the next 10 days. I think I've covered it. I'm just trying to. My mind's gone blank. I think that's basically it. Really. I've just been sat on this news for the last week or so while we find out the details. So to actually deliver that to you is actually a weight off my chest, and
finally,
very exciting.
It's the first of many to come. At the end of the day, I feel like we're at the stage now where all these different elements are coming together for Ignite. A centralized exchange listing, a product which is every single day improving
and miles ahead of any of the competition.
Building our B2B relationships with the wider community. I feel like all of a sudden, things are coming together.
And we always said it would. We always said it would. And I mean, that's it. I mean, this summer is going to be awesome. This summer we're going to get the platform up and running. We're going to have a lot more interest from Coin's own users. So that's why my mind went blank. The other thing that'll be happening in the next 10 days is Coin will be doing a lot of marketing about the launch as well. So Ignite will be being promoted to their own user base. Their CEO is going to put out a newsletter about the partnership, etc. So you will see these things happening, and hopefully you will see more people joining the Telegram channel, and hopefully you will maybe see, and again, we don't know, but you might see a bit more action on IDEX as people try to buy up the available orders of IgniteX ahead of a listing. One would assume that's quite a logical thing to happen.
You'd think so. Yeah.
So yeah.
I think there's one final thing though.
Is that?
Yeah. Am I invited to come on the show again?
I think you've done a sterling job. As always, we've done this in one take. We're very proud that every episode of Breakfast for Ignite is one take. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it actually.
Yeah, you've managed not to give away any secrets. You sounded suitably British.
Great. Yeah.
I'm sure Chris. You're better looking than Chris.
Oh, don't say that. Hey, let's leave it at that.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that little tidbit at the end, that piece of news, excites you as much as it does us. Yeah. There will be more discussed in the Telegram channel, more discussed via Medium, more discussed via Twitter or via our subreddit, which is now up and running again, by the way, in case you missed it. But in the interim, sign up to be a beta tester. We're not going to say smash up the like, so don't do that. No. Please like this video. Please subscribe. Please watch the other videos if you haven't watched them yet. Please tell your friends how awesome it is to be a member of the Ignite Hive. This is where, now's the point, we really need to start getting this ball rolling. I can really feel that there's going to be momentum behind this now.
Let's do this.
So, join us. And until then, see you next time.
Bye, guys.